is Chad. Let me show you. You can see what's on my finger. I got stuck by a bristle worm. This is actually the very first time this has ever happened to me. Normally I am very careful and or wear gloves. And I did not this time, and I picked up a rock, which I was going to put my new Maxi Mini Anemone on, and there was a bristle worm on that rock, and he stung me, or stuck his bristles, and they're like fiberglass. Now, fortunately, I am an Arizonan and live in the desert, so I know a lot about how to get thorns and needles and things out. So in this case, I will take some strong tape, and I will carefully roll it over the bristles in a direction that doesn't push them in, of course, and then that will pull them out. And if otherwise, you could take a pair of tweezers and carefully remove each of the bristles. Now, in case you're wondering, does this hurt? No, it actually doesn't hurt at all. And I don't know, I have some calluses on my hands, and so for other people who maybe have less calloused hands, it might hurt. But for me, just little bristles. Kind of weird to see them in there. And a lot of times there are bacteria and toxins on things like this, so I will, once I get them out, disinfect my hand and make sure that I don't get any kind of infections from it. And it'll probably sting a little bit later, but it's not horribly painful because of where it is. But they can get them on softer parts of your hands, and you sure can feel it, I'm sure. Like I said, this is the first time it's ever happened to me. But, anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. Stung by a bristle worm, something to be careful about. Anyway, don't do what I did. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Just in case you're wondering, there is the wonderful bristle worm that put his little bristlies in my finger. Of course, it was my fault completely. So I will just be careful next time. As you see, I'm wearing gloves now. Because even though it didn't hurt this time, could some other time. And it's just not something you want to have happen, like I said, because the possibility exists of some kind of bacterial infection, although I think it's pretty slim. So what this rock is for, or eventually going to be for, is for this new Maxi Mini Anemone I bought, which is bright and green and beautiful, and I love Maxi Mini Anemones, so I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them in my tank right now. This one is a particularly nice one, so I want to get him on a rock, and that was the rock I had chosen, and it was also the rock that the lovely little bristle worm had chosen. So anyway, just thought I'd show you the bristle worm. As you know, they are beneficial scavengers and do not harm the denizens of your tank. My dottybacks actually eat them, so it's not something that I typically worry about. They're, as some of you feel, they're quite ugly, but again, they're beneficial. So I like beneficial things to be in my tank to kind of clean up, and you can get an idea just looking at this little guy, how he can fit into little crevices and all sorts of stuff. That should give you kind of an idea of how they can be such beneficial scavengers. It's just they're able to really get into areas that nothing can get into that isn't flat and weird. So anyway, bristle worms, stinging, fun day. Talk to you guys later.